Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news game theory and brinkmanship is still playing out in Europe. But first, Chinese stocks rose yesterday as its government threw the kitchen sink of support measures at markets, and that brought some relief from the severe downdraft to their economic sentiment over the past few weeks. But not every investor is convinced the worst is over. One reason is that trouble is leaking into Hong Kong markets, which is also being spooked by Greece. In Europe, the ECB has tightened the screws by keeping the level of emergency funding of Greek banks unchanged, but raising the level of assets they need to pledge for it. Those banks will stay shut until at least Thursday now. The EU has said it wants a more realistic offer of reform from Greece. Everyone is saying they want Greece to stay in the Eurozone, but no compromise is evident yet to allow that to happen, apart from the dumping of the lightning rod Greek finance minister, someone who called the EU terrorists. Greece is on the edge of ugly this week, especially if the banks don't reopen soon. China and Greece are dominating the news right now. Most economic data releases, however, seem dated by comparison, but they are generally positive. European retail numbers, American manufacturing data, British car buying, Swiss consumer prices, Chinese consumer prices, and the Japanese leading index. They've all come in as expected or slightly better. We get important data in New Zealand today as well. The NZIER quarterly survey of business opinion will be released at 10 o'clock. It is a widely respected benchmark. In New York, the US Treasury 10-year yield benchmark is falling and is now at 2.32%. Local swap rates also sank across the board. It's been 3 years since the New Zealand 2-year swap rate has been this low. US oil markets are also down sharply. In fact, they're down about 8% on the Chinese trouble affecting demand, and the Iranians are signalling a new surge in supply. The US benchmark price is now at $53 a barrel, and Brent crude is under $57 a barrel. The gold price is marginally higher at $1,172 an ounce. The Kiwi dollar opens today virtually unchanged from this time yesterday at 66.9 US cents, 89.2 Aussie cents and 60.5 Euro cents. The TWR is at 71.2 and is still at a 3-year low. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.